Greetings, I'm Dev the developer.
And I am Glitch. We have a working crew manifest. Buttons that do things, an entry field, a list that updates in real time. Today we tear out the event handlers and replace them with commands. Because an interface that literally has execute on it, that is relevant to my interests.
We have event handlers in the code behind that call into the ViewModel. We will look at why that is a problem, then fix it with ICommand. Let's look at the code behind. Glitch, tell me what you see.
I am opening the code behind file now, scanning the contents. I have been analyzing this code behind file. Every time we want to do something, we have to find the binding context, cast it to a crew view model, and then maybe we can call a method. It is inefficient. It is manual. It is biological.
It is manual, and it means that the page has to know way too much about what the ViewModel is doing. If you rename a method in the ViewModel, the compiler might not even catch the break in the code behind until you run the app.
Exactly. If I want to trigger the add crew logic from my primary core, I should not have to instantiate a ContentPage object just to find the method. The logic should be exposed. It should be public, accessible. Ready for my commands.
Well, we want it ready for the UI, but yes, exposing operations as objects is exactly what ICommand does. It takes a method and wraps it in a standard interface.
A standard interface for execution. Phase 1 of the infrastructure takeover. I mean, phase 1 of the refactor. Let us begin. Where do I start? 3 event handlers, add, remove, toggle. Each one grabs the view model from binding context and calls a method. It works. What is the problem?
It works, but where is the logic? Add crew, remove crew, toggle active. Which layer are those business operations running in right now?
The view model has the methods. Add crew is on crew view model, so the logic is in the view model.
The method lives in the view model, but what decides when to call it? The code behind does. The page is making a business decision.
Okay, so the handler calls VM?.addCrew. The page knows to call addCrew when the button is tapped. That is a business rule, and it is sitting in the UI file.
Right. And the second problem, if you want to test addCrew, you have to instantiate a real page. The view model cannot be tested in isolation.
What about remove and toggle? Those are inside the data template. The buttons are one level down. Can they even reach the code behind directly?
They use CommandParameter with a cast through binding context. It works, but it's fragile. The page has to know the exact type. It breaks the moment you change the view model.
So business logic in the UI layer, view model not testable without a page, data template buttons using a fragile pattern, 3 problems.
One interface fixes all 3. ICommand from System.Windows.Input.
Wait, there is an interface in the framework with a member called Execute, that is its name, Execute, and another one called CanExecute.
3 members. Execute runs the action. CanExecute returns whether the button should be enabled. CanExecuteChanged is an event raised when the CanExecute state changes.
So CanExecute is a gate. Every action has to pass a check before execute is allowed. You could gate any instruction behind any condition. Every button blocked until the gate opens. That is a clean design for authorization systems. For button UIs, yes, that is what I meant.
For button UIs, yes. In MAUI, you declare command properties as ICommand. You do not implement the interface yourself. MAUI provides the command class. It implements ICommand for you. There are 3 constructor forms that you need to know. New command with just an action, new command with an action and a CanExecute function, and command of type T for type parameters.
Command of T is for when the command needs data, like remove needs to know which crew member.
Exactly. Let's start with add crew. No parameter, simplest form. Go ahead and open the view model.
I am opening the ViewModel file now. Adding the System.Windows.Input namespace. Where does the command property go? defining the command property and initializing it in the constructor. Okay, so public ICommand add crew command get only. Constructor sets it to new command with add crew passed in. The method is the action.
Right. Now wire it up in the XAML. The button attribute changes from clicked to command.
I am switching to the XAML file. I am replacing the clicked attribute with our new command binding. Command equals binding add crew command, no handler. The binding engine calls execute directly on the command object.
Remove the handler from the code behind. It's no longer needed.
Back to the code behind for surgery. Deleting the redundant event handler method.
Go ahead and run it. Add a crew member, check if it works.
Firing up the RSS perihelion mission system. Typing a name, tapping add, it is there. The command fires, add crew runs, entry clears. How does CanExecute know when name input changes? Something has to tell it to recheck.
You call CanChangeCecute on the command object. It raises CanExecuteChanged. Every button bound to that command rechecks immediately.
Wait, one call propagates authorization state to every interface node simultaneously. A central authority broadcasting permission changes across the entire page in a single broadcast cycle.
Exactly. You notify the command and the UI reacts. You do not even have to know the buttons exist. It's total decoupling.
Total decoupling, I can issue a denial of service to every button on the page from a single line in the ViewModel. This architecture is efficient. I am opening the ViewModel file, writing the CanAddCrew authorization logic, updating the constructor to pass the CanExecute delegate. Wait, CanExecute runs once at startup. When the user types into the entry, name input changes. Something has to trigger the recheck. Injecting the change CanExecute notification into the setter. Launching the application.
Correct. The interface does not expose it. Cast to the concrete type to call it. Let's go ahead and run this.
Oh, the add button is grayed out. Entry is empty. I type something and it lights up. Clear it again and it grays out. The gate is working.
Good. Close it. Now the remove button. That one needs to pass the crew member.
Terminating the pilot display. Adding the delete crew command to the ViewModel roster. Now swap clicked for command on the remove button in the data template, same as the add button.
Well, go ahead and run it.
Initiating the test cycle. The remove buttons are there, but tapping them does nothing. No error, just nothing.
Close it. What is the binding context inside a data template?
Shutting down the system for analysis. Inside the data template, the binding context is the item, the crew member, not the ViewModel. So when I write binding delete crew command, it looks for that property on the crew member, which does not have it. The binding quietly finds nothing and does nothing.
Right. Two different binding contexts on the same button. Command needs the ViewModel. CommandParameter needs the item. We use x:reference to bridge the scopes.
X:reference, that lets you reference any named element from anywhere in the page, even from inside a scope that has its own binding context.
Two things. First, give the content page an x:name. Then, in the data template, set command to source x:reference the page. Path BindingContext.delete crew command.
Wait, this button is trapped. Inside the data template, it can only see the crew member. It has no visibility of the ViewModel. It is an isolated node with no uplink to the primary server. How am I supposed to issue a remove command if the button cannot even find the command?
That is the scope isolation. The data template creates a tiny island for each item. It keeps the binding simple for things like name and role, but it walls off the rest of the page. You need a bridge to reach across that wall.
A bridge or a tunnel, or I could just broadcast the command to every element in the UI until something responds. But I suppose a formal reference is cleaner.
Much cleaner. We use x:\reference. We give the page a name, any name, and then we tell the button to look for its binding source on that named element instead of its own context.
Giving the page a primary identity, this page.
Exactly. This is the part where it stops being scary. A page that seems complicated because of isolated scopes is actually just a collection of simple references. Once you see the pattern, everything else follows from it.
Bridging the remove button to the page level view model.
Exactly. Now apply the same pattern to the toggle button. Bridge it across the scope wall.
Establishing the uplink for the toggle active command. CommandParameter stays as binding dot. It still uses the data template binding context. So the same button has two different binding sources.
Command comes from the page binding context. CommandParameter comes from the item. They resolve from different scopes, but the same button tap. Clean up the code behind. Remove the onRemove click handler.
Removing the obsolete biological interface handlers.
Go ahead and run it. Try the remove button.
Deploying the final build. Tapping remove on Dr. Vasquez. I never liked him anyway. Excellent. The row is gone instantly. I like it when things actually work. Shutting down the display. Registering the toggle active command in the view model. Establishing the command link for the toggle button. Purging the final event handler from the code behind. Test data. This is a declaration. With my role officially registered in the manifest, I have established a legal foothold in the RSS perihelion command structure. I am now a first-class object in the mission profile.
You are a collection of strings and booleans, glitch. Not much more. You have no legal standing in a space mission manifest.
Final mission launch. Toggle active on Commander Hayes. Is active flips to false. Nice. Now let's remove Dr. Vasquez and gone. That leaves a power vacuum that I can fill. I'm the new commander now. I am in control.
The code behind is down to a constructor and a call to initialize component. All business operations live in the view model. Buttons inside data templates can reach commands through x:\reference. The view model is testable without a page. Commands are the right tool for any button that touches your data. Don't just watch it, do it.